guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess, or you can call me Jessica, either or. If you're new here, go ahead and click the subscribe button, like this video if you enjoy my content, and we're gonna get into today's video. I just wanna say off topic that I love doing red lips. Like, I used to do it all the time, and then I just stopped. I started doing nude instead because I felt like nudes go more with my makeup looks lately, but I really love this red, to be honest. And I just feel like I'm in my element when I have my makeup done and my hair is, styled when it's short. It's just, yeah. Anyways, we're gonna get into today's topic. I really have been trying to make a video about this for a while, and I know that there's a bunch of other videos out there about mental health, and I even have a few videos on this channel that kind of dives into mental health as far as self-love, self-care, etc., trusting people. And I just really feel like in my spirit I need to make this video because this is something that I have been battling with for a while, and even to this day, I still struggle with my own mental health. I'm on a mental health journey just as much as the rest of you who may be watching this video. So I just want to kind of dive into that a little bit more and just give an overall view of what I think is important about mental health. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about mental health. So I think we can all agree that mental health usually starts with you waking up first thing in the morning or the afternoon or night. Whenever you wake up, that's pretty much when mental health starts, because when you're asleep, that gives you time to revamp and just rest your brain. But as soon as you wake up, you have to deal with everyday things or problems in your life. So for me, I feel like when you set your intentions for the day, I feel like that is a huge important step in mental health, because when you don't have any intention set for the day and you're kind of just, I guess you could say, going through the motions or going with there's nothing wrong with going with the flow, but kind of going through the motions, I feel like that can be kind of stressful and overwhelming to do, because your brain is just kind of telling you to keep going and just to get through the day, but you're not really setting any goals or intentions. And I don't do this every single day, okay? This is not a video explaining that I'm perfect at handling my mental health. Like I said in the beginning, I'm still battling with my own mental health journey. So I just want to make this video to reassure people that it's okay to not know that next step, to not know, what your next move is. However, when you just, take the time and you set goals for yourself, you set your intentions, you, again, kind of follow your intuition, I feel like that is a good step in, I think, defining your mental health and kind of facing who you are and facing what your purpose is. I personally feel like the reason why a lot of us may tend to struggle with our mental health journeys is honestly because we focus too much on the future and we don't focus enough on what is going on in our lives now. And I have this problem, I have this issue now. Sometimes it's just, I can't imagine not thinking about the future at some point. I have anxiety when it comes to those types of things because I don't want to fail. I don't want to be a failure. I don't want to put so much pressure on myself, but I'm doing that when I'm thinking so much into the future. And I feel like when we think too much into the future, that can become, a blockage in our mental health journeys, because mental health is not fun, okay? Let's just put that out there. It's not fun. Just like healing, self-healing, it's not fun. It can be in certain instances. Like, you can do certain things to kind of, push yourself through, or things that you enjoy to keep your mental health up and going. But I feel like just overall, that journey is not easy. It's very, very difficult. And there's a reason why it's called mental health, because when you struggle mentally, that is completely different from just struggling physically. And when you wake up every day, it's like you have to face yourself. You have to face yourself. If anything, you have to face yourself, and it's so crazy because we feel like we can face other people. Like, we face our family, our friends, we pretty much face all these people in our lives, our jobs. And for some reason, it's still hard for some of us to just look in the mirror and face ourselves. Like, I feel like sometimes I have that issue as well, and I'm working on it, that's why I wanted to make this video, to just let y'all know that it's okay to be in a place in a vulnerable state, and it's okay to not know exactly the next step, but it's also important that you try to focus on what is going on in your life now. So I feel like, especially for this generation, I don't know about you guys, I don't know if any of you have kids or anything. I don't have kids, but I know that the newer generation struggles a lot with mental health, it seems like. And I think it's because of the internet, that I could just be, pointing things out. But, me and my best friend, we had actually had a conversation about it. And she was saying, the new age of kids is so reliant on the internet, at least for us. I'm a millennial, so a late millennial, but I'm still a millennial. So I feel like millennials, we had a point in time where we were not dependent upon the internet at some point. It was a long time ago, but I mean, we had that, just, I guess that, I don't know if I want to say freedom, but I guess you can say we had that freedom to just not be so dependent on the internet. You had to talk to people face to face at one point. You had to kind of do more things in person at one point. And now it feels like, because the internet is such a big thing, especially now more than ever, it's not going away at any point. I mean, it's 2021, so it's going to keep going. So I feel like with the internet, that has kind of also, given us a new, I guess it's given us like a new obstacle, you can say, when it comes to battling mental health, but it can also be helpful depending on how you use it. Like, for me, I feel like the internet has helped a lot more than not helped, because, if I feel like I'm going through something, or I feel like, I don't know what to do, I can just look up a video, or I can look up resources online to, to kind of help me out, or even talk to people that may be going through the same thing that I'm going through. Like, there's a lot of positive things that come from the internet, so this is not me bashing the internet and bashing the new age, because obviously I'm into it. But at the same time, I understand why people don't use social media, why people tend to back away from those types of, platforms, just because it's hard, it's difficult seeing a bunch of people on the internet, even strangers that you follow, or maybe you don't follow them. It's hard to just look at people's lives and think, wow, like, this person has so much going for themselves, they're so successful, and I don't feel like I'm doing anything with my life. I don't feel like I'm doing anything valuable in my life, and that's not the case. It's just crazy. I'm sorry, I don't know if y'all hear that, but there's like a noise. Okay, sorry about the noise. Hopefully it stops. I don't hear it anymore, so hopefully it does that for the rest of the video. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, the internet has pros and cons when it comes to mental health, and I think we need to focus more on the positive side of it and just continue from there, because I will say that mental health has gone a long way, like, especially from me growing up. It just seems like mental health is a lot more supportive than what it was back then. Because when I was growing up in school, well, I would say with my family, we didn't really talk about our feelings, and we didn't really talk about the way we felt. We kind of just kept everything inside and kept it pushing. And, that's toxic. Like, that's not great. I know it wasn't, to be malicious or anything. I know my parents probably weren't taught a lot about mental health growing up, so it passed on, to me and my sisters. And I just kind of feel like, it is a generational thing. I feel like sometimes people are just used to a certain way, or used to a certain perspective, so that's all they know, and they carry that with them, through generation. But I feel like it doesn't have to be like that. Like, when I have children, one day, if I ever do, I would hope that I'm able to teach them that their mental health is important, and that, they're able to discuss things with me that, even if it doesn't seem like something that I would be comfortable with, at least like come to me and discuss with me whatever you want to talk about, because at the end of the day, a parent should always be supportive of their child's mental health regardless, because it should come first, because that's your child. So I'm not a parent, so I'm not giving like perfect parenting advice, but I'm just letting y'all know that's my personal perspective on it. And I also feel like mental health should be, celebrated more too. I feel like more jobs should be more secure about mental health. They should be more, what is the word, active, I guess you can say, about it, because like being in a job, like a stressful job, affects your mental health so much. I don't know if some of these jobs realize that, but I feel like they do, and I feel like some of them just don't care, because I've been in that position where I've been at a job and I've been so overwhelmed, and you know, I feel like my mental health was like dwindling down. Like it was getting bad. Like that's another story for another time. But I feel like, you know, some places just truly genuinely don't care. So sometimes people will not care and no one will care. So you gotta put yourself first at this point. So that's really what I wanted to say in this video, is that, you know, keep going. I don't want you to stop just because of a few bumps in the road. Like, you know, sometimes things happen, like life happens. Everyone has their own problems. Even the most successful people that you see, they go through their own problems as well. We just don't see it because we see all the pretty stuff. You know, we see like the amazing stuff on Instagram. We see it on, I think some people still use Facebook, but Facebook, like you just see it on social media that they're doing so well. And it's not to say that they're not doing well, but there's always something going on behind closed doors. That's all I'm saying. Like, even if you look at some of the most rich and successful people, most of them have mental health problems. And it's like, you wonder why, because you would think that being financially stable, being so successful, being so well known would fix everything, but it doesn't. Like a lot of these celebrities have mental health issues. And that's why even some of them are pushing to support mental health, because they know what it's like, especially in, you know, their own world. They're dealing with it through a different perspective, but they're still people. Like they're still people just like us, you know. They're not special in that way. So I just want to let you guys know that if you have any questions about, you know, mental health, or you want me to dive more into, you know, different topics involving mental health, please let me know below in the comments, or you can just privately DM me on any of my social medias below. I also want to put out there that we tend to put so much energy and so much time into other people before we put into ourselves, and that's another issue that I battle with sometimes too. I'm not gonna lie, because it can be hard to, you know, kind of cut that off, or I guess just put yourself first sometimes. I don't know how to describe it, but it can be hard sometimes. And just dealing with mental health, dealing with your journey and dealing with your own self-healing, that in itself is just, it's a lot. Like, it's very difficult, I'm not gonna lie. So, you know, hey, I'm in this too. You know, I'm not this perfect person. Like, it takes a lot for me to even get up here and talk to y'all about this. Like, just getting in front of a camera. Like, I never thought I would be doing this, like talking to a camera and telling, you know, people, whoever watches this video, that mental health is important, because it's just not something that, you know, I ever came across. And it took me a long time to realize that mental health is important. So, you know, I'm really happy to be doing it. And honestly, like, I'm so, you know, blessed and thankful that I am still here and I'm able to, you know, create content and just trying to put myself out there more, because I do have a voice. I don't want people to think that I'm just this pretty person who has nothing to say, because I have a lot to say. Matter of fact, sometimes I feel like I have too much to say. Like, I feel like there should be a filter on me, and I hold back sometimes so much from saying certain things because, you know, I don't want to, you know, give off the wrong idea. But I'm starting to feel much better and more, you know, like in my element, and just telling people how I truly feel, and this is me. So I just wanted to give y'all some food for thought, and it's been a while since I made, you know, a motivational type of video. So if you want to see more content like this, definitely like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm almost at 50 subscribers, and I would love to get to 50 subscribers by the end of the year. So we have basically a little bit over a month for that. So I really appreciate it. I'm going to try to keep this content going as much as I can. And I really love that people are willing to, you know, listen to anybody when it comes to these types of topics. And I'm just putting my voice out there. So I appreciate it. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and you can always comment below as well. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.